This potato recipe might very well be the best way to eat potatoes. Oh yes, I'm talking about crispy smashed potatoes. I don't know why I have been sleeping on them for so long, but they're so good and so simple to make. Crispy on the outside, smushy gushy on the inside. Let's get smashing, shall we? You can really use any kind of waxy-ish potato. Something like these ones I have here. This is actually a mix of red, yellow, and blue potatoes, but they're kind of all like Yukon Golds on the inside. You can also use, like regular size Yukon Golds, but I'm opting for mini because I like how crispy the mini potatoes get. Get a pot of water boiling, but before you do that, make sure it is heavily salted. I'm using about a heaping tablespoon here of some sea salt. Add your potatoes and get that water boiling, baby. In the meantime, you can go ahead and get your oven preheating at 400 degrees Fahrenheit and line 1 to 2 large baking trays with some parchment paper. And once your water is boiling, we're just gonna cook those spuds for about 10-ish minutes, or basically until they're fork tender, AKA you can stick a fork through them and it slides in nice and clean. I am all about the super simple, easy, delicious recipes like these crispy smashed potatoes, so make sure you guys watch them after this video and subscribe below if you haven't yet. Join the Steamy Vegan fam. It's a lot of fun here, and I just don't want you to miss out on things that could help you live your happiest, planiest life. Once you are able to pokey, that means you're gonna be able to smashy. Poke. Beaut. Also, why do they call us a blue potato when it is clearly purple? I would like to file a formal complaint against the potato naming committee for this most egregious error. Strain them. And then just divide the potatoes up between your 2 baking sheets, or 1 if you just need 1. And while your potatoes are still hot, what you're gonna do is take something like a drinking glass or something with a flat bottom like a measuring cup or bowl, kind of somewhat evenly disperse them, without burning your digits. And we are going to smash. A helpful tip for preventing the potatoes from kind of bottoming out on you when you smash them is to take a knife and just cut sort of a shallow X in the top of them before you smash them. This kind of helps them smash evenly all the way around instead of like kind of all spilling out of one side. If you find that the potatoes start to stick to the bottom of your cup or bowl, just keep a spatula with you so you can easily scrape them off the bottoms of your glass. It's really not a big deal. They pretty much just slide right off. There we go, see? That is so easy. Just press and scrape. Press and scrape. If you come across any potatoes that have spectacularly smashed into, a few pieces, just honestly smush them back together into one little pile. This will, if anything, actually improve the texture and make them even more crispy and kind of craggly and flippin' delicious. Doesn't matter if they're not pretty and have kind of started to fall apart. Now comes time for the olive oil. Make sure you've got a really good quality, good tasting extra virgin olive oil. And we're just gonna take a teeny little drizzle, like the tiniest drizzle, over each potato. Like a 1/4 teaspoon is really all you need. You can obviously use more if you want it to be like extra crispy, but there's no need for a ton of oil here. Then just take a pastry brush or something like that and just carefully kind of brush the oil over top. If you end up kind of breaking apart a potato, don't worry, you can kind of just press it back together. The key is to just kind of gently pat the oil in, just so that it kind of coats the whole smashed potato, so all parts of it get nice and golden and crispy. Grab yourself some salt. I'm just using pink Himalayan. And you're gonna take a little pinch and just sprinkle on top each piece of potato. At this point, you can choose to season with a little bit of like garlic or onion powder, which is what I'm going to do. It's totally optional. It just adds a little extra delicious flavor. Just be mindful to not add too much because extra spices can burn if, left in the oven too long. But I haven't had that problem yet. A cheeky grind of some black pepper. And they are ready for roasting, baby. About 35 to 40 minutes until delightfully golden brown and crispy. Something like this. Look at that. Perfectly deep golden brown around the edges. The middles are like kind of soft and still sort of like mashed potatoes. You guys, I like to top them with some fresh or dried parsley, and you can serve them up with literally any sauce you like, but I'm a basic bee, so I'm going with good old classic ketchup. Excuse me? I beg your pardon? That is the best form of potato, I think, ever. If you had fun here today, make sure you smash that subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you in another video real soon. Ta-ta! They see me boiling, potating.